All right, how we doing, everyone? We are back with another episode of Will These Comics Make Good Film and Television Shows? We have Marvel, DC, we got Wonder Woman, as you can see. Find out if they make the grade right up right now. Hi, we are back. And I'm so excited to get into these comics with your host, Frank Zanca. I am an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, comic book writer, and a accomplished filmmaker. Recently from Hollywood, now trying my hand over in Atlanta, where there is actually more production going on. Actually, nobody's working anyway right now with all the strikes. Hopefully, the strikes will finally be over and I'll be able to get back to work. But yeah, I moved at the wrong time. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about Diana here at Wonder Woman #1 with Tom King writing. I liked Tom King initially when he was doing Batman, and then he just slowly, for me, just died off completely. And yeah, he took way too many risks with characters and things to that effect. And now he's doing the same thing with Diana. So I am a big fan of Wonder Woman, although my patronage has not really paid off for her. We got one good, decent movie, and that's about it. The second movie was really bad, and then the only thing we've had other then is in the cinema side is like little teeny 1 minute cameos. And then on the comic side, we had Clunrad writing forever. They would not get off that book, and it was really horrible. And then before that, she was written by Mariko Tamaki, which I despise her writing. I told the Kai's comic shop if I ever plopped down anything on the counter with her name on it to slap me as hard as they possibly can, because she is an awful, awful writer. And thankfully, she's just kind of disappeared now. I haven't even heard her name in forever. But anyway, this one is about, again, it's a new start of a new storyline as in #1. And we start out with I guess that the Amazons have come to America. It's a really weird idea. Anyway, I know that, Diana had her, was an ambassador, or is an ambassador, and had her embassy at one time. But as far as I knew, there wasn't like an influx of Amazons that came to America. It's very strange. But I guess there's over 300 Amazons now in the United States. I don't know. I don't get it. So we start out with an Amazon killing people. I guess she was harassed at a bar, so she killed every man in the bar. I mean, the artwork is really good. I got to give it that. But this is very strange. Why isn't Diana getting involved? But instead, the government gets involved and says, we need to expel all these people, and if they refuse to go, we're going to kill them. So then we get introduced to Sergeant Steele here, who I guess is the guy that was in Legends of Tomorrow, but different. And we get into a lot of wordy stuff here. I mean, there's a lot of text here. And then they go into, I guess, you think that if they came to America, they would come here to seek relationship with men. But no, we have a lesbian relationship here. Why couldn't this person have a lesbian relationship in Themyscira? There's no reason. And then they shoot her. And supposedly they have upgraded bullets that will go through the skin of an Amazonian. I don't know. Why didn't she block the bullets with her bracelet? I don't understand. And they killed her basically right in front of her adopted daughter. How do you... I don't know. This is just very strange. And Nubia looks pretty good in that shot. Although not having Diana's mom in there is very strange, not being the queen. And then we finally get introduced to Diana, and they immediately attack her. So, yeah. And, she lays them all out. And that is pretty much the extent of that. So I really don't know what's going on. And then we get introduced to the big baddie who is on a throne. So apparently Tom King is, and the cover is really nice, by the way. Apparently Tom King is trying to make some kind of a note on society and our culture and our government, but it's falling flat. I don't know what he's trying to say. And it's not really working. None of it really works. It's very wordy, and it doesn't feel like Wonder Woman, which is a big thing for me. It doesn't feel like Wonder Woman. And again, we haven't really seen Wonder Woman since, Greg Rucka. He's the only one that's really done her well in years. So, yeah, this is never going to be made into a film. There's no way. I mean, we're getting back into Wonder Woman 84 for, this kind of thing. And nobody liked that. Nobody's going to like this. It's just odd. It doesn't make any sense that the Amazons have all come to the United States. And it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's I'm not going to be moving forward collecting it either, because like I said, it doesn't feel like Wonder Woman. So maybe if he continues writing it and this particular storyline ends, I'll collect the next one. But I'm not going to collect that until this storyline's over, because again, it doesn't make any sense. All right, so now we'll move on to Green Arrow. So I like Ollie. He's I watched the TV show as well, and the artwork's pretty good here. And we got Parallax show up, and we had some good twists and turns. So basically, he was told, this is issue 4. So it's by Josh Williamson, and he's told that if he doesn't stay away from his family, it's going to be cataclysmic for time. So Parallax shows up and tells him basically the same thing. Meanwhile, Black Canary and Speedy, Arsenal are trying to Roy Harper. That's all of his names. So they track down Charisse there. What's her name? Cheshire. And I guess they have a kid together that's with Ollie. And then there's the Legion of Superheroes here. And we get Parallax is almost like being the ghost of Christmas past or whatever else, and taking him around and showing him all the destruction that's going to happen. And Ollie says, all right, the gloves are off. You and I are going to fight using no powers. And you don't find out till later that the thing was a test to see if it was really Hal. But then he since he was losing, Parallax gets pissed off and changes, and he goes, yeah, I knew it. You're not really Hal. I thought that was kind of cool. But then he runs into his older self. Like I said, it's kind of Ghost of Christmas Past kind of thing where, he's seeing all the ramifications. Plus, yes, I'm probably going to get that. Justice League versus Godzilla and King Kong. Anyway, yeah, I like the story, but will it make a good film or television show? No, because Ollie is a street-level character. He should be fighting street-level villains, not being out in the future and traveling around the stars and hanging out with Parallax and Legion of Superheroes. It just doesn't fit his character. So that's my biggest thing. And so the book is decent, but it's lost on me because I want a street level fight with him fighting a villain, and them, having the James Bond kind of villain where they're looking to destroy the city. And that's more Ollie's speed. All this stuff with space and space time and just doesn't fit Green Arrow. So, so that's it for that one. So that's 2 up and 2 down. Now we'll do Captain America. So this is J. Michael Straczynski, who's done TV and stuff like that and so forth. And we start out with a giant dog going up a building. So we do get a little bit of action here in this, but for the most part, it's about Steve wanting to do something for the community. His apartment complex that has a lot of people in it that are about to be homeless because I guess the owner just wants to get rid of it. It's too expensive for him. So it's going to leave all these people homeless. So he calls up Tony and says, "Hey, can I get, a forward on my pay for Avengers?" I don't know how much this guy pays to be able to afford an entire building. But he does that and he goes, "Yeah, it's under new management now. And he owns this building now and he's trying to fix it up." And, we get to see all these people that are in the building. And on top of that, we get flashbacks of him being homeless at one time because he didn't really have any family. And then I did like this. Sue Storm shows up and says, "Look, I need your help in basically the quantum realm." And we get to see a nice splash page of Fantastic Four. And, he comes back and he's tired and he still has to fight another thief or whatever else, or a couple of thieves. Again, the action's pretty decent. And from there, we go back to his past and we see all the odd jobs, and he's trying to make $30 back in the 1930s to go get a new apartment. And then we fast forward to 2 years ago, and he hires a contractor that was homeless, living in his car. But anyway, we fast forward to the jungle with this guy looking for something. And he's like, "Yeah, we've been here this whole time." The tracker says, "Yeah, we've been here the whole time." And they find this temple or whatever. And then this monster comes out. And then the guy has a meeting, and he's got the demon, I guess, reduced his age now. He was the old man in the other one, but now he's younger. And so he recruits these people, and then we go back in time again, and we see, the Nazis are, doing propaganda in the United States. So this book is really kind of all over the place. I have no idea what to think of it. I'm just very confused by the whole thing. The artwork is great. It's got a nice thing going on with, us seeing his past. It's not really ruining the character at all. We are seeing a little bit of a deconstruction. And then I have no idea what this whole thing with the jungle is going on or anything. I have no idea. So I'm going to reserve this. I'm not going to say no or yes if it will make a good film or television show, because I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. But I can tell you this, that if it stays at, $6 a book, I probably won't be continuing it. That's how much this was, $6. It was an oversized issue, but I mean, why? I don't know. It was decent, but not that decent. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys got it and you have any clue what the storyline is. All right, then we're going to go into our independents. This is AWA. It's called The Madness. So this is issue 2 of 6. So it's a limited series about a woman that has powers, but she's also a thief, and she stole the wrong thing, and she led these people back to her house, and this was supposed to be her last thing that she was going to do illegally because she had a family, and they just fire a missile at the cabin and destroy the whole thing. And this is also by Straczynski, so it's 2 things by Straczynski back to back. But this is more of a creative owned thing. So it's about, we go back in time, and now we see the girl younger, and she has a imaginary friend who I guess is her madness. And the girl looks just like her, except she's like bone white with dark hair. And she finally, after years and years of her dealing with this imaginary friend, she finally says, "Yeah, I have to live my life on my own." So basically, this is a whole origin story. And this thing comes out of her when she needs her, so it's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But after the family is killed, she basically becomes this person continuously, and she's going after. We get some good action and stuff like that in here, but she's going after all the people that made the missile and all the people that did the strike, and everything that's going on with that. And then she's having somebody hunt her as well, but she can only use one power at a time, which is kind of strange because she goes through a building flying. So, and then on top of that, she's up in space flying. So what power is that? It sounds like two powers: invulnerability and flying. And now, yeah, she's not breathing in space, so she's flying, and again she's invulnerable or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting story, but there's this kind of hole in there that if she can only use one power, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm kind of having to back that off of my head when I'm reading it, without it destroying the storyline. But yeah, I mean, I like the art in it, and I like the storyline. It's basically a revenge story, but the character is interesting, and they even more interesting now that we went back and we saw this imaginary friend that she had. So I'm going to say yes. I like revenge stories, and this would actually make a pretty decent little movie. So I wouldn't say a high budget film, but on a low budget side, it would be kind of cool. All right, and then we're going to the last one, Hunt, Kill, and Repeat. And this is by Mark London. This is a Greek mythology storyline. It's also a Kill Bill type of thing, so it's also a revenge story. I mean, revenge stories in comics actually work pretty well. So I'm not no hankering there, but and I see the reason I say Kill Bill is because Artemis hooked up with she kind of left the gods and left Olympus, and hooked up with a human, with a mortal. And then once, and she was pregnant, and which is again the same thing as Kill Bill. And Zeus found out about it and killed everybody. Took out the child out of her and killed the husband. I wasn't sure if it was on the wedding. If not, it was like a red wedding. I can't remember the first issue. But anyway, she's hunted down also by the other gods. She fights Apollo, and then she goes to see Medusa. She kills Medusa and takes Medusa's head. So it's very Clash of the Titans. And now she's about to go into fight Zeus with her two friends. And one's Hephaestus, who's been making her weapons and stuff like that. But what she doesn't know is that her son is still alive, and that Zeus has been caring for him this entire time. So, there's her and her two friends preparing to go. She's got her bow ready, all the stuff, and she kills two of the guards, and then she approaches Zeus, and she realizes that that's her son. And she's very happy to see him, and she's almost willing to let it all go just to have him back. And we got a little tender moment with them hugging and stuff to that effect, and all really nice stuff. And Zeus is like, yeah, let's just let it go, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I can't really do that. But meanwhile, then Hephaestus outside with the other dude attacks him. So I was kind of confused about that because the guy has been on her side the entire time. So we get a nice fight between Zeus and Artemis. This is really good stuff because it was tit for tat. He kind of lets her hit him, and then he goes to town on her and breaks her hand, and it's back and forth. And he bitch slaps her to the side there, and then she grabs Medusa's head, which is the purple thing you see there. And meanwhile, the son is like, no, leave her alone. Don't do this. You guys just need to stop. He doesn't want to lose either one of them. And then he stands on her back and calls in the lightning, and you can see her face. You can't really see her face here, but all you see is her eyes and mouth. It's pretty good. I think that's pretty cool. And like I said, she picks up the head of Medusa right there. Oops, I keep the other side. There you go, that one. And then she starts to turn to stone, but like half his face is still not stone, so he's still able to kind of talk. And then we find out that there was a Titan, Kronos the Titan. It was actually that little dude that just hit Hephaestus, and he is none too happy about the whole thing because he wanted to kill Zeus, but he was kind of using Artemis to kill him, knowing that Artemis could get close enough. And then we get a nice, cool shot of a big monster with a big old mouth and teeth and the whole bit. And they escape while everybody else is attacking that big monster. We really don't know what happened. But then they're basically in hiding out in a cabin. And all of a sudden, Hades shows up. And Hades says, okay, you owe me a life for a life. And she says, take me and not my son. And he says, okay, we'll do that. And she is apparently in Hades. And her scarf is all that's left. And that's how it ends. It literally says the end on it. What? So I'm a little disappointed with the ending because she ran away from the fight with Kronos. And then she sacrifices herself, which, makes her a good character, but it really doesn't give off an ending. It doesn't really show as like an ending. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So but the series was really good. I thought that the plot points are really good. Will it make a good film and television show? Yeah, I would watch the hell out of that. I love Greek mythology. So having that, contend with like a Kill Bill type of thing, it's good stuff, man. All right, so let's do a little teeny recap here. So, Hunt.Kill.Repeat. Yes, I would love to see it. The Madness. Yep, I'm waiting to see how this wraps up, but it does have plot points with the one power thing. Captain America. I'm reserving any kind of judgment on this because I have no idea what's going on. Green Arrow. The run is good, but it's just not Green Arrow. It's not his kind of storyline. The character is in there. I'm not saying they wrote him the character wrong. I'm just saying that the story doesn't fit him. And then we have Wonder Woman, and yeah, this is not a Wonder Woman book. It's his commentary on something that I can't figure out. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a middle finger. Whatever you guys want, whatever floats your boat. And let me just pull in my stuff real quick. My new book, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. This is a fantasy novel with a new magic system, plenty of different cultures, and we have an attack by the Iron Witch. Will they get out of it? We'll see. And then I have my two comics. So this is based on my 4-novel series, Destiny Roar. It's also a board game and an RPG, and it's blended. This is an adaptation of the first novel. So this has plenty of aliens and fights and androids and twists. There's one big twist, and we'll see if you guys can figure it out before it happens. And then Lords of LA. I was supposed to work on the Kickstarter this today, and I've been working on the card game I've been working on with Mark Spears, so I've been really trying to kick butt on that. But this is my vampire mob in the 50s, and I will be releasing issue 2. I swear it. I just need to really hunker down. But once I get onto something, I have to finish it, and I didn't get to work on the Kickstarter yet. But look for the Kickstarter for that. And also, my stuff is available on Amazon and on DestinyRoar.net. And look for my other videos coming up right here. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate it. You have a great day.